not because I hate Trump, not because I love Democrats. I think they're both terrible. Trump has been way better than most politicians, but he has some swampish ways just like the rest of them.
They're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed of yourself not standing up. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Okay, that was your boy Trump last night giving the business to some of the Democrats out there. He said they should be ashamed of themselves. I'm not going to tell you. I will let you watch it and you tell me if they should be ashamed for themselves. I'm going to share two of the biggest moments where I think that the Democrats made big mistakes. And then I'm also going to share with you one thing that was not said in the State of the Union address that I can't believe that the Democrats are not bringing up. But it's one of those things where you're not always paying attention to what someone does say, but you're also looking for what are they not saying? And then why are they not saying it? And this goes for both the left and the right. Because trust me, Trump is not bringing up something specifically on purpose. But the odd thing is that the Democrats aren't bringing it up at all. And I'll correct myself. They bring it up very little, but they're not making any big deal of it, and they're not being specific. And you got to start wondering, why not? So I'm going to share these first two clips with you, and then I'm going to share with you what Trump is not bringing up that is a big Achilles heel for him that the Democrats refuse to bring up and make a big deal of specifically. Let's go.
If you agree with this statement, then stand up and show your support. The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
This is right here. This is mistake number one. Look at that. Jeez. He got him on this one. He got them on this one. What a great question. What a great request to make. And they fell right into the trap. All ego. All ego. They didn't get up because of ego. It's only because he said it and only because of the topic. But it's a no-brainer. Democrats, liberals, as far as an American politician is concerned, their priority is an American citizen over whatever it is, fill in the blank. And it would apply. So for them to have so much ego and to be so selfish, to not agree with that statement, man, I'm not going to say what's in everybody's heart, but I can tell you their egos are way too big. And this is why we have $38 trillion in debt. So let's get on to the next mistake. And then the biggest thing that I really want to share with you guys is what I did not hear Trump say and why on earth Democrats aren't making a big deal of it. All right, so let's get there.
American citizens, not illegals. Not only did these Democrats refuse to stand up for the American people first, but take a look at your screen. Two members of the squad, Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Tlaib, visibly seething with rage, shouting at the president from their chairs. By the way, take note right there that Congresswoman Tlaib wearing an F-ICE button. At one point, President Trump called Democrats out after they once again refused to stand, this time for the mother of a Ukrainian refugee.
Hold on, I know I said I wasn't gonna cut it again, but you know what? I want to point one thing out right here. Omar, she should be keeping her mouth real quiet, because if I was Trump and I saw her hooting and hollering out there, I would have also pointed out the fact that she's got this supposed winery that went from 15,000 to worth 5 or 6 million within like a year and a half or so, and some YouTuber went out there to go find it. And lo and behold, they can't even find a winery. They can't find any stock of this wine on any shelves anywhere. It's a phantom business. So if I was that lady from Minnesota, I would not be yelling out, because once Trump feels like he's safe, he's going to start calling you out. And you're not a multi-billionaire like him where you could defend yourself and finagle your way out of that kind of a trick bag. So anyway, let's keep going.
Note right there that Congresswoman Tlaib wearing an F-ICE button. At one point, President Trump called Democrats out after they once again refused to stand, this time for the mother of a Ukrainian refugee who was brutally stabbed to death by a career criminal in North Carolina. Look at this.
She had escaped a brutal war only to be slain by a hardened criminal, set free to kill in America, came in through open borders. Mrs. Zaretsky, tonight I promise you we will ensure justice for your magnificent daughter, Irina. How do you not stand? How do you not stand?
Yeah, that was pretty bad. That was a second one because I don't want to get on the financial things that he went over, those mistakes, because those are things that we could debate. But these two things, one, what is the primary focus and priority for an American politician? Obviously, the American citizen. They won't agree with that. They won't say, yes, this is my job duty, this is my priority. And the next thing is we had somebody here from another country who was a refugee who was killed. We all saw it on video. She got stabbed several times in the neck, bled out right there on the bus, right on camera. And they couldn't even give some kind of an acknowledgement to the mom who's there. The mom's bawling. You saw her, she's bawling. And they didn't care because, again, their ego and just their desire to not agree with Trump on anything, even that what happened to that girl, that young lady, was horrific. They can't even agree to that. And that lets you know where we're at right now. Trump may be an asshole. Trump may be a lot of things, but that lady dying had nothing to do with him. And them standing up and applauding her would have nothing to do with Trump. But they can't get past that. And this is where that term Trump derangement syndrome comes from, because it overrides every other decision that they make, regardless if it makes sense or not. So let's finish this up and then we'll get to the Trump piece.
How do you not stand? No doubt that President Trump and the Democrats in that room are not going to agree on too many things. But how deranged do you have to be to sit on your hands when the president is honoring innocent victims and their families?
Like I said, I think this was a terrible mistake by the Democrats. I have to agree with Sean Hannity, which I don't like. I don't like Sean Hannity at all, but I will agree with them on this. For all you Democrats and liberals that want to win an argument and base it on all facts when talking with your Republican friends, you're going to need this. And for you Trump supporters that don't want to be blindsided with these facts when talking to a lib with Trump derangement syndrome, it's best that you hear it from your boy over here, because at least I'm going to spit these facts to you with just facts. The number one thing that Trump removed as his centerpiece is attacking corrupt politicians. Remember, drain the swamp? Remember, lock her up? Remember, Nancy Pelosi? What happened to all that? Well, I'll tell you what happened to all that. Unfortunately, fam, Trump has become one of the swamp creatures that he was elected specifically to drain out of the system. What are you over there talking about, OG? I'll tell you what I'm over here talking about. It has to do with World Liberty Financial, the pardon he gave to CZ, and his meme coins. And those three things that I mentioned, even though I mentioned them separately, they actually all go together. And for those who want the details of how that scheme worked, I'm going to break that down in a video. It's going to take about 10-15 minutes by itself, so I'm not going to do that here. But between World Liberty Financial, the pardon that he gave to a crypto exchange founder that was convicted of major crimes and sent to prison, and how this led to Trump increasing his own net worth by at least $1 billion and counting, because it did happen. Now, does that mean I'm on the side that's filled with people with TDS and they're screaming out, hey, Trump has made $1 billion in crypto and it's all fraudulent, it's all a scam? Does it mean I'm on their side? Fam, two things can be true at the same time. Trump could be doing a lot of things that we need done that are important to do, and he's the only one that could do it. While at the same time, some of these libtards can be accurate when they say that, hey, wait a minute, your guy Trump is doing something corrupt himself and he's made $1 billion doing so. So see, two things can be true at the same time. What we're committed to here is having no bias, no favorites, fair standards across the board for everybody. So with that equal heat principle, I have to be able to call this out. I have to recognize it and call it out. So yes, this is what people should be focusing on. Trump and his own corruption while he's in his seat. However, what you guys can't do is just scream it. If you want to make a point, you don't just scream someone's corrupt. What you do is you calmly and methodically explain it within 2 or 3 minutes, what the corruption was, how it worked, and why it's corrupt. That's how you make your argument. You don't say someone's bad. You don't say someone's evil. You don't call them a PDF. You don't get into all that. You don't just scream names. And when you do that, you get a lot of agreement on both sides. So hit the like button on this video now. Subscribe to the channel so you'll be notified when I drop the video that's going to give the details of how his scheme worked, why he did it, how much he's made so far, because it's a big number and it's going to keep going up. And more importantly, how it impacts we the people, especially those that are making $80K to $160K a year, because this is going to impact a lot of people and we need to get into that. And we'll do so in the next video. Thanks for joining me over here on Equal Heat. And until the next video, peace.